2 nights ago, I saw the new Fantastic Four movie. Now, I had pretty low expectations here because I have really felt burnt out by the MCU in general, and I hadn't seen one of their movies more or less since Thor: Love and Thunder, which was a huge disappointment for me, and I just felt like I needed a big break between all the TV shows and the films and the like. But after seeing Superman and feeling kind of rejuiced on the genre a bit, I thought, what the heck? Between my love for the Stan Lee and Jack Kirby comics and my hope that they'll eventually get it right with the Fantastic Four on the big screen, I had to see it through. Despite those lowered expectations, I'm sad to report that I had a really tough time with this film. It's really just the normal Marvel plotting wrapped up in really pretty 1960s aesthetics. And while that might work for many of you, I was just kind of bored. One of the biggest disappointments for me is that at its core, the Fantastic Four is all about its family dynamics and the family unit. And while the first act of Fantastic Four First Steps is centered on the team and how they came to be and their world and sort of their inner dynamics and relationships, by the time the big threat, Galactus, the Silver Surfer, and the Deus Ex Machina are all kind of put into place, a lot of that's pushed to the side. I really think especially the heart of the Fantastic Four is the relationships that Johnny and Ben Grimm, the Thing, have with outside characters in their sort of purview, and that stuff is just completely minimized to a degree that I thought was very detrimental to the film. I had some struggles with the casting too. While I think Pedro Pascal is a wonderful actor, the role of Reed, I think, kind of pulls him into a much more distant and cold space that doesn't really work for his natural talents, which are very warm and intimate. And when you combine that with Vanessa Kirby, who's kind of a cerebral actress, their chemistry really doesn't click at all. And the idea that Reed and Sue as Marvel's first couple having no chemistry on screen, that's a real bummer. And while I think Galactus is an impressive visual along with Silver Surfer as his herald, I just think this version is kind of a big nothing and carries none of the majesty of the original comics. I don't know, I just feel like after the release of Superman, it was so refreshing to have one of these movies. Even though it bit off more than it could chew, it at least had some bite to it politically and thematically. And Fantastic Four, by contrast, just felt regressive. But don't listen to me. I mean, it's got a mid-80s score on Rotten Tomatoes, a solid score on Metacritic, and a lot of the critics seem to like it. So maybe you will too. I just wasn't one of them.